Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Average Guy videos. So it's 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. We're on our way downtown to get my truck taken care of today. I need oil change, fuel filter change, cabin air filter change, brakes probably changed, considering they have 122,000 miles on them. And just get the truck looked over here. The tire sensors are gone bad. We need to get those changed out too. But today's discussion is about my motorcycle, not my truck. Today, Chris Moore, Chris Mafia, Chris Moore, awesome dude, awesome channel, awesome systems. What he does is so cool. And I really appreciate him doing what he did for me. I did the cheapest eBay exhaust on my bike, and I did it for a reason. Is because I'm going to make a video of it here, of ride along with me and hear the way it sounds. And I've read the comments on the video so far. Not a lot of big fans of it. They're like, man, just go ahead and buy the full M4 exhaust system. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Should I bought a slip-on for 200 bucks? Maybe, maybe not. Honestly, after Magic Mike was done dyno tuning the bike and doing everything we did to it, maybe I might have not as gained as much horsepower, or some horsepower from what stock is. We don't know. We never ran it with the stock exhaust and catalytic converter on it. Just didn't have time to do that day. I think he had like 4 or 5 dynos lined up that day, and people showed up on time and showed up when they were supposed to be there. I mean, I slept the night in the parking lot because I was coming down from Virginia. So just a long story. It was day 4 of driving for me from South Dakota. I left South Dakota and was there on Saturday morning, after driving everywhere to Kingdom coming back. But oh, come on guys. Anyhow, so it was a lot work for him and out of his shop and his techs, and they were so nice, they were so kind, and they were understanding. So I really appreciate it coming from them. It was an awesome experience. It was definitely a surreal experience after watching Chris Moore for so long, and on his YouTube channels and his videos, and loving everything I see about it. And I'm not a drag racer. I've done a little bit of street racing in my past, but it's a lot of fun. It's a dangerous thing to do, guys. Motorcycles are dangerous. Respect your bike. Understand that thing can kill you in a second, whether you're meaning to or not. And it's not always just you. There's other people on the road, so be careful. Eyes up, watch everything. But no, the exhaust system, yeah, it's a stock manifold system. It goes down to where the cat was, secondary part of it, and they put a slip-on pipe I bought on eBay for 67 bucks, I think. No, excuse me, the slip-on was $47. The little off-brand Toast exhaust, it's not Toast, so we can't say that. It's eBay special, China made, was $47. So altogether is like $114, okay? I mean, like, it was 120 bucks. Let's just call it 120 bucks. I know that sounds so stupid when you're talking about it, and I wasn't looking for big horsepower gains. I'm doing it to make a video. I mean, that was really the whole reason behind it. So you guys that are like, man, it's like kicking a puppy. I can't believe you did that to your bike. I just can't believe it. And wow, that is just ridiculously stupid. Might as well just spent the money. You big waste of money. I didn't really waste a whole lot of money, guys. Yeah, it costs money to get it put on when I could have done it myself. I just didn't have the time to do it. And it's just the way it worked out, fellas. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But talking about the bike, talking about the exhaust system. Okay, when he was doing the dyno, it was loud. It was extremely stupid loud. All right, a guy before me actually just FZ09 had a full M4 exhaust system on it, and that was loud. That was really, really loud. And they're known to be a little louder, but mine definitely was louder. The concrete was vibrating underneath my feet. It was so loud, and I felt bad for all the techs and everybody in the store, because that bike is pointed directly at the store, and every time I revved that thing, it just, it was bad. But we got it down, tuned in, and he put the marble in it, and it was awesome. It was awesome watching it. The experience was so cool. I got to talk to Mike. Hopefully I didn't bother him too much. But I had a good conversation with the guys. Like I said, they were super cool, super nice, and they were letting me do whatever I wanted to my bike. And they were straight up like, hey, look, man, we're gonna do it. This is what you want, but okay. But I'm doing it literally. I'm just doing it to put on the bike and ride it for, I was gonna say a year to myself. That's what I gave myself a restriction, is have that on the bike for a year. It might not stay a whole year, folks. I'm sorry. It is kind of really loud to the point where when I pull into my house, I've got to be very careful. My neighbors already hate me. He's already flicked me off once going by him. I know him, and it wasn't because he's pissed. He was just like, stupid crotch rocket idiot. He rides a Harley. We've talked about this already. But he's just not happy with the exhaust. I get it. I totally get it. So, but his bike is loud enough that at 10:30 when he gets home, I can hear it. So, you guys have loud bikes out there. You know where the loud muffler life is. It's definitely not conducive to a good neighborly situation, especially if you live in a neighborhood. This is definitely too loud to be taking in and out of a neighborhood for an everyday rider. If you ride this thing to work, or if you come back from work at the end of the day, and late at the end of the day, you're going to end up cutting that bike off, and hopefully you coast far enough to get to your driveway. But this thing's a lot of fun, and it's definitely interesting. It's definitely different. That's what I like about it. And I'll take a video of it when I get back home today. I'm probably gonna go out for a little bit of a ride. This guy will get out of my way. I like the way it sounds. I think it sounds really cool. It's definitely a tension getter. And that big ugly popping that was coming out of the bike. And I like the popping on motorcycles. I like the decel, okay? I told Chris that I like it. I'm one of the few people that really do like it. I've owned several bikes with full exhaust systems on them. Two Brother, Rugovich, whatever you want to call it. I've had them. I like them. I really do. I really like them. It's a lot of fun. But it was just an experiment just to see. I thought this thing might have a baffle in it. It doesn't. Mike and I talked about it. We talked about, hey man, what might work? He was like, maybe a Voodoo baffle. You know, I mean, if you can find one laying around, or if you can find one on eBay or whatever, is it worth the $50 or whatever it might cost to get you to the house? See, take some measurements, see if you can't slip it in that exhaust line. But here's the problem with that: the bike is dyno tuned. Fuel ratio, the fuel curve is tuned for the straight pipe exhaust on it right now. I don't know if putting that in there would change that too much to the point where it is dangerous to ride the bike, because you are slowly killing it. A lot of people don't realize that when you start messing around with the exhaust system, you're changing a lot of things about your bike that you're not intending to change. Back pressure, exhaust lines, I mean, crankcase coverings, I mean, all these place ratios, everything is tuned to exactly let off and on when that throttle is where it's at, pressure is where it's at. I mean, fuel ratio, air intake, I mean, all that stuff is tuned to run that way. Some bikes come a little lean, some bikes come a little rich. That's like Chris says, it's either a Monday or a Thursday bike. It's up, I mean, you can have the same make model bike, put them right next to each other, and they're not going to be the same. They just won't act the same. They're not going to be the same. I'm sorry. There's minute differences, I guess, if you want to call it minute. There might be minute differences, and sometimes there's big differences. Buddy of mine swears that his 07 FZ10 was awesome and key and amazing and super cool. It wasn't. Not in my opinion, it wasn't, but it just wasn't. Stand up against my bike that was, you know, tuned, exhaust, and then on top of that, it was just ridiculously stupid fast and powerhouses, because that's what they are. Those cross cranks or whatever you want to call them. They're just amazing bikes. I love them. I do ride a Suzuki, but I've owned Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Honda. It doesn't really affect me, the brand, as far as the type of bike and what you're riding and how you ride it and how it rides you, I guess. I don't know. But I've also ridden Harley too. I'll put that out there. I have ridden a Harley before. Not awesome. Not the coolest thing, not the worst thing, but I just wouldn't buy a Harley person myself. The amount of money that you spend on a bike and the amount of money you spend on service on a bike like that is just outrageous. I mean, bikes are already getting stupid expensive. As we're sitting here talking about it, prices are going up with bikes. I bought an 07 in 2012. No, I bought an 07 2011. I bought an 07 from a dealership. It was used, obviously, but didn't have a whole lot of miles on it. I think it probably had like, I don't know, I want to say 9,000 miles on it. For at the time, it was 4-year-old bike with 9,000 miles on it, which is, I think, pretty low for a Sport Tours type of bike. Really low, I think, because bikes like that are super comfortable, they're super easy to ride, and you can ride them for 3-4 hours at a time before anything starts hurting. So it's nice. And these guys are just walking through the fucking parking lot like they're king shit. All right, anyhow, but so I bought it then for $6,200. It had a Two Brothers exhaust, full exhaust system on it. It did have a power commander in it. It did already have a timing kit in it. It was already, you know, nines. It was already nines. It was pretty good. I did change out some stuff on the bike, minor stuff, you know, nothing too serious. Kept the exhaust system, got it tuned, deleted cat taken off, or not, I didn't have to have the cat taken off on that one. Full exhaust system, but it's just what it is. But so I'll take a video of the bike later today. I'm slowly falling in love with the exhaust system of the bike, and we'll talk about more pros and cons about it on the ride along, and you guys will be able to see the differences of what this bike is actually doing on the street than what it sounds like in a tiny little bitty room where that sound has nowhere to go and it's just trapped. But a big shout out to More Mafia, huge fan, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks to all the techs out there that did all the work on the bike and dealt with my crap that I bought. I understand that it was cheap, but it was done unintentionally. But I appreciate you guys staying with me on that. So see you next time, and pay attention.